Welcome to Hollywood Secrets Information. In this episode, we're diving deep into the hidden romances of one of the most iconic women in Hollywood history, Elizabeth Taylor. Known for her dazzling beauty, violet eyes, and fiery spirit, Elizabeth wasn't just a legendary actress, she was also at the center of some of Tinseltown's most intriguing love stories. While she was famously married 8 times to 7 different men, Elizabeth also had a string of secret romances with some of old Hollywood's biggest names, affairs that remained in the shadows, whispered about in studios, but never officially confirmed until now. Join us as we uncover 12 old Hollywood actors Elizabeth Taylor allegedly dated in secret. You'll be shocked at some of the names on this list: legendary heartthrobs, leading men, and even her own co-stars. So grab some popcorn, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to comment below which of these secret romances surprised you the most. Now let's pull back the velvet curtain and reveal the hidden love life of Hollywood's most glamorous star. Number 1. Montgomery Clift. Elizabeth Taylor and Montgomery Clift shared a rare bond both on and off screen. They starred together in A Place in the Sun 1951 and their chemistry was electric. Though Clift was known to be gay or bisexual, insiders have long whispered that he and Elizabeth had a brief romantic entanglement before his sexuality became public knowledge. Taylor adored Clift and remained his close confidant until his untimely death in 1966. Their relationship may have been short-lived romantically, but it was deeply emotional. Elizabeth once said, "He was the only man who could break my heart and make me laugh in the same moment." Number 2. James Dean. During the filming of Giant in 1955, Elizabeth Taylor grew very close to James Dean. The rebellious icon, known for Rebel Without a Cause, was vulnerable and troubled beneath his tough exterior. Taylor later confessed in an interview that Dean revealed painful parts of his past to her and that their bond was much deeper than the public ever knew. Though Dean tragically died in a car crash that same year, Elizabeth hinted that they shared a fleeting but passionate romantic connection during filming, one that haunted her for years. Number 3. Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando and Elizabeth Taylor, two icons of beauty and talent, crossed paths many times during Hollywood's golden age. While Brando was famously private, Taylor later revealed in letters and conversations that the two did have a brief but fiery romance in the early 50s. The affair reportedly started after an awards ceremony and fizzled out quickly, mainly because both were too intense and egotistical to make it last. Still, Elizabeth allegedly referred to Marlon as an impossible man to love but impossible to forget. Number 4. Peter Lofford. British-born actor Peter Lofford was charming, suave, and a close friend of President John F. Kennedy. He was also a known ladies' man, and according to multiple biographers, he shared a short-lived romance with Elizabeth Taylor in the early 1950s. Their affair reportedly occurred when Lofford was between relationships and Taylor was in one of her brief single periods. The two had a great time socializing and attending elite Hollywood events, but Elizabeth wasn't willing to be just another of Peter's conquests. Number 5. Rock Hudson. Though Rock Hudson's sexuality remained hidden during his lifetime, he and Elizabeth Taylor shared a unique bond. Many speculate that they had a brief romantic connection early in their friendship, likely before Elizabeth fully realized Hudson's preference for men. Hudson was one of the first major Hollywood actors to die of AIDS, and Taylor became one of the earliest and most outspoken advocates for AIDS awareness. Whether their relationship was romantic or just deeply emotional, Elizabeth loved Rock dearly and called him her soulmate in spirit. Number 6. Tony Curtis. During the 1950s, Tony Curtis was one of Hollywood's hottest leading men. Elizabeth and Tony shared more than a few nights on the town, and rumor has it they had a quiet fling after working on overlapping studio lots. Though never officially confirmed, close friends claimed the two had a secret arrangement, a casual romance that was more about physical attraction than anything serious. Curtis later joked in interviews that Elizabeth Taylor could melt any man's resistance, even mine. Number 7. Frank Sinatra. Yes, O.L. Blue Eyes himself. Elizabeth Taylor and Frank Sinatra were friends for decades, but insiders have claimed they were more than friends, particularly during the late 1950s when both were single. Sinatra reportedly adored Elizabeth's beauty and elegance, and they had a brief, passionate fling kept out of the public eye. Sinatra's charm was irresistible, but their lives were moving in different directions. Still, they maintained a close friendship for years, and Elizabeth always referred to him with admiration. Number 8. Warren Beatty. Warren Beatty, Hollywood's ultimate playboy, was known for romancing nearly every leading lady in town. Elizabeth Taylor was no exception. Their secret romance reportedly occurred in the early 1960s, between her marriages to Eddie Fisher and Richard Burton. Friends say Elizabeth was drawn to Warren's youthful energy and ambition, while Beatty was fascinated by her star power. Their fling didn't last long, but it was fiery. Beatty later admitted in private circles that Elizabeth was one of the most intoxicating women he'd ever known. Number 9. Errol Flynn. Though Errol Flynn was a bit older than Elizabeth Taylor, they crossed paths during the 1940s when Taylor was just entering adulthood. Flynn, known for his swashbuckling roles and wild lifestyle, reportedly pursued Elizabeth relentlessly. Their rumored affair took place around 1950 and was never made public. Studio heads were keen to keep Taylor's image clean, and Flynn's reputation was already tarnished by scandal. Nevertheless, Elizabeth was intrigued by his roguish charm and charisma, even if their connection was short-lived. Number 10. Glenn Ford. Glenn Ford, the star of Gilda and many film noir classics, was a serious, brooding figure, quite different from the showier men Taylor often dated. Their alleged romance happened in the mid-1950s, and while it flew under the radar, several biographies have confirmed they were involved for a short period. Taylor appreciated Ford's intellect and quiet strength. While the relationship didn't last, it showed another side of Elizabeth, one that craved stability and sophistication behind the glamour. Number 11. Stuart Granger. British actor Stuart Granger co-starred with Elizabeth Taylor in The Last Time I Saw Paris, 1954. Their on-screen chemistry was evident, and it didn't take long for sparks to fly off-screen. Granger was married at the time, but Hollywood insiders claimed he and Taylor began a discreet affair during the film's production. Elizabeth respected Granger's acting chops and was attracted to his maturity and wit. While their relationship couldn't go public, it left a lasting impression on both of them. Number 12. Robert Stack. Known for his deep voice and intense presence, Robert Stack was an unlikely but intriguing match for Elizabeth Taylor. Their brief romance reportedly took place in the late 1940s, when Elizabeth was transitioning from child star to serious actress. Stack later said in a rare interview that he once shared a magical night with Elizabeth, though he didn't elaborate. Hollywood gossip columns of the time mentioned their names together on more than one occasion, suggesting there may have been more than just friendship. And there you have it, the 12 secret old Hollywood romances of Elizabeth Taylor. Some of these affairs were fleeting, others deeply emotional. But each man played a role in shaping Elizabeth's life and legacy in ways the public never fully knew, until now. Behind the glitz and glamour, Elizabeth was a woman of passion, mystery, and heart, someone who lived and loved with boldness. Her romances, public or private, continue to fascinate generations of fans around the world. If you enjoyed this dive into old Hollywood's most glamorous secrets, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories from the golden age of cinema. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep the legends alive.